Xiaomi today announced the successor to the Redmi Note 3 smartphone in India, the Redmi Note 4, which was launched in China last year. Here is our full review of the Redmi Note 4. Let's get started.
The Redmi Note 4 carries on the Xiaomi's design language. Apart from the rare usual thing, most devices in the Xiaomi's portfolio look alike, and the Note 4 just looks like the Redmi Pro. That's not a bad thing at all. Xiaomi makes good looking budget smartphones and the Note 4 is no different. There is nothing special, but the industrial design works for the most. However, while the metallic chassis on the Redmi Pro sports a smooth back, there is a hint of cheapness on the Note 4 with rugged surface which gives a feeling of it being less solid than the former. Of course, you get what you pay for. The curves on the edges at the back add the grip and makes it a nice phone to hold in the hand. Being the successor to the Redmi Note 3, there are only few changes on the Note 4. While both phones boast of a full metal unibody design, the Note 4 sports a 2.5D curved glass on the front, which we clearly missed on the Redmi Note 3. However, when you look closely, it's hard to differentiate between the two. At 175 grams, the Note 4 is not light, although it doesn't get too overbearing in the hand. The Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 sports a beautiful 5.5-inch Full HD display, which is same as its predecessor Redmi Note 3. Also, it has a pixel density of 401 pixels per inch. The 2.5D glass accentuates the display. The display is vivid with great viewing angles and the colors and contrast are perfect. For a budget device, the display on the Note 4 stands out as one of its highlights. The Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 comes preloaded with MI UI 8 stable version out of the box. Xiaomi has been continuously working on MI UI to bring new features, UI tweaks and nifty utilities to augment the Android experience. One of the highlights of the MI UI 8 is the second space that allows a user to configure two profiles on a device. Another feature that's worth noticing in the MI UI 8 is the dual apps feature, which allow you to run two instances of apps like WhatsApp that don't allow multiple sessions with different accounts otherwise. One of the biggest letdowns of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 was its MIUI 7, which has several quirks in it. But that isn't the case with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 anymore. The Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 boasts of a Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 chipset, which is an octa-core chip designed exclusively for battery efficiency and was previously used in devices such as Motorola Moto Z Play and Lenovo P2. We recently reviewed the Lenovo P2 smartphone and rated it as the best battery smartphone of all time. Interestingly, Xiaomi has manufactured three variants of the Redmi Note 4, one with 2GB RAM, 3GB RAM and 4GB RAM. We reviewed the 4GB RAM variant along with 64GB of internal storage. Also, there are 2GB RAM variant along with 16GB of storage and 3GB of RAM with 32GB of internal storage. Having said that, the Redmi Note 4 performs well on day-to-day usage. Multi-tab browsing, interface navigation and even playing graphic-intensive games is a breeze. The processor offers good amount of grunt for most apps and games. It does suffer sometimes when multitasking, and here the culprit is the aggressive RAM management. The Redmi Note 4 includes a hybrid SIM slot. So if you want to use the dual SIM functionality, you have to sacrifice the expansion of storage via the micro SD card slot. The fingerprint sensor on the Redmi Note 4 is placed at the rear of the phone below the camera module. It works great and unlocks the phone in a quick snap each time. There is also an IR port on the phone so that you can use it as a universal remote controller. Also, the Redmi Note 4 comes with the latest version of Bluetooth, the Bluetooth version 4.2. The primary camera on the Redmi Note 4 is a 13 megapixel unit with an f2.0 aperture. Xiaomi has also added a face detection autofocus technology for good measure. While the specifications look good on paper, the real life pictures are usable only when shot in daylight. Low light images, on the other hand, are not usable at all. The camera easily focuses on the subject and it does it fairly fast too. The images contain a good amount of details and the color saturation is pretty decent too. We didn't notice any aberration or barrel distortion either, which is a good thing. The images shot even in slightly dim conditions like indoors are hazy and some details are lost in the process. The 5 megapixel front facing camera is a decent shooter and it too captures a good amount of details. Xiaomi also added an f2.0 aperture and the front-facing camera can record videos of 720p quality. One of the key highlights of the Redmi Note 4 is its stupendous battery life. Of course, it packs in a big battery at 4100 mAh, but there is also enough power optimizations under the hood. As said earlier, the Redmi Note 4 packs in a Snapdragon 625 chipset, which is especially optimized for battery efficiency. On moderate usage, the phone can stretch out the battery life up to 2 working days. For a power user like us, it lasted a complete whole day with even Reliance Jio 4G SIM card installed and 4G turned on all the time. Xiaomi unfortunately sent us a review unit of the Redmi Note 4 way ahead of the launch in December itself, and they did not provide any bundle charger with the phone. However, we tested the charging time with the Lenovo P2's bundle charger, and the phone charged from 0% to 100% within 1.5 hours.